Immigration is a national security issue. We must know who comes in and out of our country, because not everyone who comes in and out of our country are looking for a job. We must have a very strong policy that addresses the national security interests. So that's what we must do first. In addition to that, and how we do that is with a comprehensive reform package. And what that needs to include is, first, number one, is securing the borders. That is, number one, what we should do. But that cannot be the last thing that we do. We must have within that comprehensive strategy some crackdown on employers. It's, part of this is that employers have created demand, and the created demand has led us to this problem, in addition to some economic factors all over the continent. So we cannot solve this problem without a comprehensive strategy, because if we do just one thing, it's just like if you make a 9-foot fence, you put 10-foot ladders in business. So we very much have to address the national security interests first. I supported the immigration plan package that came through the legislature this last time, but states can't do this alone. It is going to have to be a national comprehensive strategy. And lastly, I'll leave you with this. It's going to have to be a bipartisan effort. For too long, there's been so much bickering in Washington that nothing's getting done, and there's been, one-upsmanship and who can take credit and all kinds of things. When I've been in the legislature, the one thing I've been known for is working across the aisle when you got to get some things done, standing up when things are wrong, but working across the aisle and getting things done when it's especially in our national security interest.
Mr. Bodie, you might also consider thinking amnesty as a word in your law, how that might play.
I tell you, on immigration, it's an issue that I haven't made my mind totally up on. I'm still open to ideas. As you know, and you've seen my campaign, I'm a different type of candidate. Many would sit here and make up some type of answer or give an answer, but I'm open to the people of the 9th District. You need to let me know what you feel and believe, and we need to formulate something that can work for the 9th District and for this country. I've been down, my brother used to live in San Antonio, Texas, been down along the Mexico border with the United States around Del Rio, Laredo, in those areas. And I've seen the situations where they've had defense built and people are still coming through. But I need your input. It's something that's a touching issue, something that we're seeing more in the 9th District, immigration, illegal immigration, and need to know what your opinions are and what we need to do in the district. So I'm going to leave it open. I will end with this. A few months ago, I signed a pledge, and it's something I feel strongly, and I think it's something we need for our country, and that is for our country to have one central language, and that would be English. A vast majority, or almost everybody, speaks English here in the United States, and I feel it's something we need as a government to say this will be our official language. There's no problem with speaking other languages. I know a number of people speak 2, 3, 4 different languages, and I believe that's practical and good. But I do believe as a federal government we need one central language, and that language is the English language.
Mr. Dawes, you have federal language won't involved.
Well, I think we all ought to be acknowledging that English is the language in this country, and that ought to be the case. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't have education programs to help people get to the point where they understand English, because I think education is an answer to a whole lot of things in this country. When it comes to illegal immigration, the first priority ought to be enforcing the law, and I'm not sure that that's being done today. We obviously have a number of illegal immigrants in this country that continue to be able to maintain their presence here. And it strikes me that at the point of intersection that we have between illegal immigrants, employers, and the government, that we ought to be able to do something about finding those individuals who are here illegally and doing something about it. And I'm in favor of enforcing the law and doing it better than what has been done in the past few years. I also think it is a national security issue in regard to our borders, and I have consistently supported increasing the surveillance along our borders to ensure that we don't have this porous nature that we do. A couple of years ago, there was an indication that there were threats that could occur from individuals who may be terrorists coming across the border in Mexico. It seems to me to be a significant problem that needs additional attention. I do not see us in a position today where this issue is the number one issue in this district, but it is an issue that gets discussed. I think it's important for us to get back to the basics of enforcing the laws on the books, and I would like to see more progress made in that.
Jacob? Well, obviously, the situation has become chaotic, and we can't allow chaos to continue. There's no doubt that we must do something at the borders. But as far as the possibility of bipartisan cooperation, I don't know. I sat and listened to the Republicans, and I know that Jim Robertson asked them all about penalizing employers, and none of them would comment on that. So I would assume that none of them would consider that. I certainly would. I think that nobody's going to come over here to get a job, and nobody's going to hire someone if there's a risk of penalty. And I don't know about putting employers in jail, but I certainly think you can penalize them very severely for doing that. And I think that would stop the incentive of people coming over here. I do think the plan has to be comprehensive, and that would also include working with Mexico and other countries where illegal aliens are coming from. You can't really blame people for wanting to come from a poverty-stricken country into America. And, I think one of the things that we should have in our foreign policy is to be good neighbors and try to improve the quality of life of all people all over the planet. And then, I think that's one of the fundamental principles of the Democratic Party, certainly not the Republican Party. But it is a difficult problem. I just can't really see, though, building a wall around the United States of America. As far as what this country represents to the rest of the world, or what we used to represent to the rest of the world, and I hope we represent to the world again once we have a new president, is that, we're a land that doesn't build walls like Germany did and the Soviet Union, or built in Germany. And so I would be opposed to a wall, but I certainly would be supportive of border security and, in some instances, to some people, amnesty in some limited situations.